Hey everybody, good morning. I am Dana Moore and we are live with Tipster Tuesday on this Tuesday morning. It's pretty cold up where we are, so I feel like a little bit of a shock to the system. I just took a little weekend getaway to Florida with some friends, which was just such a breath of fresh air and sunshine, and came back to snow and -7 degrees. So I'm trying to stay warm. My office actually doesn't have heat, so I'm a little bit cold here on Tipster Tuesday. But we are going to dive in with some more strategy this week. If this is your first time with us, we do a Tipster Tuesday every single Tuesday, and I'm trying really hard to nail down an exact time for you. I'm just have been trying to feel out my schedule and what works best, but it seems like the morning is going to work the best for me, right around 9:30. So I'm going to try to be really faithful and committed to that time, so you just can kind of know what to expect. But please, maybe one week I might do it at nighttime because it just has how things fall. So sorry about that, but I'm going to do my best. But no worries if you miss us live anyway, because you can catch the recording anytime. We leave them posted, so feel free to dive into that. Another great resource for you is in the files of this group, the Live Naturally system. There's a whole library of tutorials and things that will help you with your business, okay? So a few weeks ago, we did a ton of strategy for Diamond, okay? Placement strategy specifically. And I know we got loads of new followers that day and people were really excited, but then I also went through comments and saw that a lot of you were lost. And I totally understand, okay? So I'm kind of going to back up. We kind of got the cart before the horse in some ways, but I love high-level strategy. So I'm going to back it up because everything is built on very, very simple foundations, and I want you guys to understand that. So even if a little bit of this is even over your head and you're new, I just want to encourage you, it will come, it will click, it will unlock for you eventually. And the way I view doTERRA and the way I view structure and back office and strategy is like a game. And I'm sure a lot of you grew up playing a video game here or there. Don't tell my kids, but they actually never have. We don't have video games, so don't tell them that I have played video games. But I like to think of it like that, whereas once you pass a certain level, you unlock the next level. And there's no way to get to the next level until you complete certain things in that first level. There's like a checklist of things, maybe a certain number of points, or a certain time or something like that, okay? So we kind of understand how that works. It's a game. And that's how it is with doTERRA too. Once you hit executive and you beat the level, you brought in 2,000 in volume that month, you unlock the next level, which is earning on your, I think it's your 4th level, of income earning. Once you hit the rank of elite, you unlock the level, and now you can earn on your 5th level, okay? So when you're looking at your comp plan, think of it like that. If I bring in this volume, I can unlock this level. If I bring in this volume, I can unlock this, and that's going to increase your earning potential. So those are just some important things, and if you view it like that, it's kind of a little bit more fun. I would also encourage you to not get discouraged, because the income potential you have to earn with doTERRA is that of people who go to school for 10, 12 years for a certain profession, okay? I went to school to be a teacher. I make more money in 1 month in doTERRA than I would in a whole year of teaching and beyond, okay? So the fact that we need to skill up in this is kind of encouraging, all right? This isn't an easy job. We're not just selling lipstick. We are actually helping people with their health and wellness goals, and we need to skill up. So don't let strategy, kind of worry you. Just know that this is part of the job. This is a real job that pays real money, and we need to skill up and be great at it, okay? So I'm going to dive in with a little bit of strategy. And you probably have heard lots of controversy, maybe not, on like, do we build for power of 3? Do we build for rank? And I prefer, and I think it's a better strategy, to build for rank. So I want to kind of explain how that's going to work. I'm going to use my whiteboard because it's simple, and you don't have to have expensive or fancy to do this business, okay? So when you're brand new, this is going to be you, okay? And in the beginning, you're just enrolling, okay? You can't really enroll in an order of preference. I do think you should always kind of think about, who would I want to be in this business with? Who really do I admire a lot? Who has some skills, potential, drive? I would like to present doTERRA to them first and get them in my organization first. Now, I don't really recommend necessarily going after them as a builder, just introducing them to the oils first to bring them into your organization early. However, a lot of times what I find with new builders is they go for the easiest, like the most comfortable people in their life, their sister, their cousin, their best friend, who really maybe they wouldn't have skill sets or even drive to do this business, but it feels comfortable for them. So I would encourage you to push yourself a little bit if you're just getting started. Those of you that have been in this forever, even diamonds and blue diamonds and presidential diamonds, you go after your chicken list. Again, go back to people that maybe intimidate you and things. They're nice to bring into your organization early, okay? But in the beginning, you're just enrolling and you got to place people somewhere, okay? So oftentimes what we see is kind of like this situation, okay, on your back, in your back office, and I'm like, oh dear Jesus, what is going on? And it goes on and on and on, and you're just enrolling and enrolling and enrolling, and you're having a really hard time figuring out, how do these people fit together? They don't know each other. These are maybe my church friends, and these are my Girl Scout moms, and this is my family, and this is my other side of the family, and these are my husband's work friends or whatever. So we spread them all out thinking that, well, these are different pockets or circles of my life, and I'm going to spread them all out, okay? And what I want you to think about is think about those circles and pockets. People will grow best with people that they know and can build community with. However, if we take those people and put them down underneath other people, we are going to unlock those levels better, okay? So I'm enrolling, whatever. I'm looking for at least 2 people, let's say it's this person and this person, that are very committed to the LRP, okay? They love their oils, they're committed to it, they're placing orders, they're engaging, they're showing up for classes, or they're online learning, and like I know them, like, hey, are you committed to this 100-point order? Because for my organization to grow best, I actually need to start placing people underneath you and making a structure out of this. So it really doesn't mean much for you right now necessarily, but I just need to know you're committed to that order, because that's going to help me know where to place people. Eventually you could earn some money, and I kind of hold it really loosely, because maybe I haven't talked to them about building yet. Maybe I don't have any builders yet, but I still have to place people somewhere. I don't want them all on my top line. And so she says, sure, and I'll say, you know what, I can even make it grow faster if you can connect your friends to me or host classes or whatever, whatever happens. So I'm going to start putting people under her and under her. Okay, only 2. When you're starting to build, I really think if you build just 2 people at a time and get yourself to the rank of Premier, it's the best option, okay? So she says sure, she says sure, and then we start to grow, okay? And stuff is happening, and people are under here, and no, I don't just love shapes. Circles represent 100 PV LRP or more. Triangles represent no LRP. Squares are under 100 PV LRP. Okay, so there's some stuff growing here. We got some stuff growing here, some new stuff happening, whatever. So they're growing and they're growing down. So my volume is growing. And maybe, this is Cub Scout moms, and their Cub Scout moms are there, but then church moms are on this side, okay? So we still are grouping people with where they grow best, but we're doing it down instead of wide. Because when we do it wide, we can't unlock levels. But when we do it down, we can rank advance and we can earn money, and this is a job, okay? So we want to do that. Now within this one, remember this person, this is you, we'll put a big Y there, that's you, okay? You identified 2 people, 1 and 2, and that's who you built under. Now what you want to do is make sure that these people identify 2 legs as well. So this would be, say, 1 and 2, and they're now starting to build down under both of those, and she's building down under both of those. So everyone is only working on building 2 legs and getting to the rank of Premier, because Premier pays really well. The bonus is about $215 a month, and you get to get paid on 6 levels of unilevel. Okay, so you're probably thinking, well, what about Power 3? What about Power 3? What about Power 3? I like for new builders to build for their very first power of 3. I'd love for them to get that $50 bonus, but I don't like them to focus on the 250 until they're the rank of Premier, okay? So what I want you to think about is this person's placing their order. This is a qualifier for LRP. This is a qualifier for LRP. If all of my LRP orders, at least 3 of 100 minimum, plus other orders on my top line equals 600 points, I'm going to get a $50 bonus, okay? That's not too hard to do. That's pretty easy. But I don't like when you go beyond that. I don't think it's very fruitful to try to get your 250 without first thinking about Premier. Premier is a better rank to work for, okay? Once you're Premier, you can start building out maybe your 3rd leg right here. Start building to Silver and your 250 bonus at the same time. And then you're going to be able to unlock a really nice Silver bonus, okay? So every time I work with a new builder, I say, okay, you've enrolled maybe 6 people. Let's identify 2 of them, you know, that are going to work and build down, okay, on those 2. So no more people get to go in your top line. Maybe we can even move a couple under. We don't want to keep putting people up there, okay? We want to build down and keep building down until we find people to build under. And it doesn't always mean the person on your top line and the person on their top line. It could be lower down, okay? It's just identifying 2 legs. So maybe this was a mess, but under here, oh, wow, this person is killing it, you know? So maybe her 2 legs that she builds on is this one and this one instead. Okay, so it doesn't always have to be on your top line. Once you build to the rank of Premier, then you can think about doing your 250 bonus. But anytime a leg gets full, like this has got full, we find 2 people to build under and go down, okay? Now, of course, we want them to be committed to an LRP because we want them to be a qualifier. So the person who helps you to hit your rank has to place an order, okay? So otherwise, it's kind of mayhem. And so that's important. And sometimes they'll do it for a season and things like that. Sometimes they'll turn into a builder from there. But you have time to nurture them, but at least you know where to put someone. And it's totally fine. I have people do this all the time. Well, I put her on my top line because she was going to build, and then she didn't. And then I put this other girl on my top line because she was going to build, and she was amazing, but then she didn't. And then they have all these people on their top line. But even if you put them down here, say you put them here, you're like, okay, she really wants to build. Let's put them here. If she does something, great, amazing, no big deal, awesome. You're going to get great bonuses out of it. If she doesn't do anything, who cares? You know, because she's not on your top line. If she maybe enrolls 3 people and peters out after that, great. All that volume rolls up and helps you get to your goal. If they're all spread out over your top line, you're kind of a hot mess. And so I often will see people struggling to hit Premier, but they've started 4 legs, or struggling to hit Silver, or break from Silver to Gold, but it's because they have too many legs across and not enough going down deep. So that's my biggest advice to you, is to build that, get your $50 bonus and then build a Premier. And anytime stuff is starting to get thick on a leg, like about 6, 7 enrollments, you know, thick, nothing more than that, make sure that placements are going down instead of wide, and then you'll be able to unlock those levels and maximize your bonus. And this is something that if you are starting your new builders off this way and they're getting a $50 bonus straight away, and then they're getting to the rank of Premier, they usually then will kind of catch vision for the business often. They can often see some money coming in that's paying for their order. There's like the light bulb kind of goes on that this is legit, right? This isn't just a hobby for her. I'm making money, everyone's making money. And really Silver, which is the first real leadership rank that we recognize in doTERRA as like the next level of leadership, or the first level of leadership, that's a step away. You know, Premier's only 1 step away from Silver, and then people are usually with you and will stick with you. But if you have elites on your team even that like don't have structure for Premier ready to go, they're going to stay elite for a long time. And we find if we build 2 legs right away, we're really helping them not to get stuck at elite. And this also helps Silvers not to get stuck at Silver, because their elites are building to Premier, and then they're rank advancing to Gold much faster, okay? So even if you're brand spanking new, and your first goal is elite, structure for elite does not matter. You could have volume across you could have 30 people across your top line and get to 3,000 in volume and hit that rank, but we don't want you to do that. I want you to think about going for elite and trying to get like about 1,500 on each leg relatively, or 2,000, 1,000 or something like that, instead of thinking like, oh, it doesn't matter. Start structuring from Premier from day one and building down that way. And of course you'll have another, random couple on your top line, but these are the two you want to focus on and put everybody under them. So even as an elite, your structure's ready. So the jump from elite to Premier isn't very big. Okay, it's not a hurdle. It's just the very next step, and can really usually happen in 1 month for many if you structure this way going for elite. Okay, so I'll go through later and answer questions. If you have questions, I'll make sure I jump on and help you with that. Take some time to digest it. It's helpful. You go back through your tree, and maybe you have people that are wholesale customers that can be upgraded and moved down. Maybe you're like, ooh, I made a mistake. I have too many people on my top line. If they haven't ordered in 6 months, you can move them. If they have no downline and they're a wholesale customer, and they've been enrolled for 90 days already, you can upgrade them and move them then. So you're just learning all these little caveats and all these little kind of like tricks and secrets to the game. And when you figure out the secrets to the game's really fun. And then you unlock it, and the coolest part is it pays in real money. So we want to unlock this game, okay? So I hope that is helpful for those of you that are new. If you're new and it was a lot, reach up to your upline and just say, I need you to slow down and explain this to me again. If you're a builder and you're launching new builders, this is how you want to set them up for success, because you want them to get paid well as fast as possible. And doTERRA pays us really well in our mid-level leadership ranks, and that's why people stay, okay? A lot of companies will pay way too much in the very beginning for people, like think Fast Start, but it's kind of insane, like the amount that they get. But then their mid-level leaders earn nothing, and then their high-level leaders earn everything. But there's so few high-level leaders because people are quitting along the way. They're quitting along the journey. And doTERRA pays so well in this Premier, Silver, Gold rank category. And so we want as many people to get there as fast as possible to earn money, so that they can, start to create real residual income on this and really change their own lives. So I really hope that was helpful. I love this kind of stuff, and I promise I'll get through and try to answer your questions. That's kind of it for today, guys. See you next Tuesday. Thanks for tuning in.